Hello, everyone. Welcome to twitch.tv/the Onyx Path for our Onyx20 panel. There's going to be some discussion of the Onyx20 system that appears in Realms of Pugmire. And we'll be talking a little bit about kind of the ideas behind it, how it functions, and then, of course, here to answer your questions. Before I get to our panelists, a couple things I want to just make a note of. The reason for the convention, the reason for the season, as it were, is to support our friends and partners over at the Bodhana Group. They do amazing charitable work in the mental health and TTRPG space.
Absolutely.
They are also working on a wonderful game called Branch Riders, which we had a panel about yesterday. There was an actual play yesterday. So if you're a sub to the channel, you get instant VOD. You can go back and watch that panel, learn a little bit about it. If I'm not mistaken, that actual play was over at our friends over at Dork Tales. So you can go over there and check that out. Yes, exactly. Every time. Every time.
Dork Tales.
And all of those will also eventually be making their way to either our YouTube or our partners' YouTubes, depending on who is running what at the end of the convention. Also want to make you aware that we do have some sales going on over at Indie Press Revolution. We have several of our traditionally printed books, as well as dice, story guide screens, things along those lines. Those are on sale at 50% off. Just threw a link up there. Lots of cool things, lots of sort of overstock of deluxe editions from Kickstarters, things like that as well. So it's kind of a second chance to grab some of those things if you missed them the first time around. And then we also do have several bundles over at Drive-Thru RPG to celebrate not only Onyx Path Con, but the anniversary of Onyx Path. I'm wearing my 10-year shirt.
And Travis also on Roll20 we have a sale
We
going
do
on for VTT stuff.
We do have some VTC sales over at Roll20, as well as I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this month we are Scion Second Edition Origin is on the Roll20 Reserve.
You are correct. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, if you're a subscriber over at Roll20, you should be able to sample it, and I think you get it. I think the way that Reserve works, and Steve can yell at me later if I'm wrong about this, is that you get access for the duration of the month, and then you can either choose to buy it and retain it, or it goes away at the end of the month. I could be wrong about that.
So it's like a sampler.
Right, exactly. It's like a temporary access while it's featured for that month. So, and I'm just trying to dig up that link for the Roll20 sale. But while I am doing that, let's go ahead and have my esteemed co-panelists introduce themselves, and let's start it off with Eddy. Please, if you could, tell us who you are, what you do, your pronouns, and anything special you would like to share with the class.
I'm just some guy, when I'm not quoting The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I am Eddy Webb. My pronouns are he, him. I am the executive producer at Onyx Path Publishing, and I suppose I'm the creator of Onyx20. Yeah, because it was the system that I built Pugmire on. So
You certainly hit it with the most sticks.
that it is a lot of sticks, and I threw a few sticks and ran after them, brought them back. So
Pugmire. Pugmire.
Excellent.
How about you, Rich?
Huh?
You? Huh? What? Yeah. This guy over here?
I'm Rich Thomas, founder and creative director of Onyx Path Publishing, and I had many conversations about Onyx20 with Eddy and some with Travis and some with random people. Just accost them
on the street. Hey, come over here. I want your opinion about tabletop role-playing game systems.
Hey, look at this die. See what it is?
Sir, this is an Arby's.
Precisely. Exactly. So I guess let's start it off with the big burning question. What was the inspiration / driving force between for the generation of Onyx20? What was the founding kernel what brought this.
May I, Eddie, start and then?
Yeah, go for it. I'll jump in and fill in later.
So the initial we were discussing this when we were discussing the Realms of Pugmire, pretty much almost initially, not 100% initially, but almost
Pretty soon after the start. Yeah.
Once Eddie started to look at things that he wanted to change from effectively first edition to second edition, or evolving Realms of Pugmire, system was part of that. So I know that we've said this a few times that we actually were already working on a variant that took us away from the OGL space.
Yeah.
But it's true, and so imagine our surprise when the OGL space exploded, and while we were working with was the Kickstarter running at that point? I think it might have been.
Oh yeah, no, it was exploded right before the Kickstarter started, like 2 weeks before.
Yeah,
And I believe like the day before Eddie got on a plane headed to his
No.
home.
I finished up the rewrites of the drafts before I got on the plane to the UK.
Right.
Okay, it's all a blur for me, so I can only imagine how it is.
but the overall impetus was to as we were looking at everything that was going on in the market, as it were, we were looking at saying, hey, we're really thrilled to everything that we've done over the years with being able to do. I just call them old die 20 games.
Right.
Oversimplification, I know, but and we just loved it. I mean, everything from Scarlands to my own Crossroads Con and other things that we've done. It was an innovation, and it really changed how people do role playing games. But